So, there's been an announcement. There has for a while. This isn't exactly breaking news or new news, but Nintendo has announced the discontinuation of online services for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. That's gonna happen 4 p.m. PDT on April 8th, 2024. That's when the purge is gonna happen. This means online play and other functionality using online connection will end for the 3DS and the Wii U system. Let's go into it. Firstly, the GTS is going to be in shambles. Do you still remember the GTS system? So the global trade system. The GTS is known for, mostly just having legendaries and whatnot and impossible trades that can't happen. But occasionally there are real trades. And I'm bringing it up because if you want to have your Pokemon in the GTS gone forever, you can ignore this. But make sure to check if you have a Pokemon in the GTS, since you have to deposit a Pokemon if you want to trade, or if you receive one, you're gonna have to pick it up. If you have Pokemon deposited in the GTS, it'll no longer be in the GTS, once this happens. So, if you have Pokemon in your GTS, you should collect them while you still can. In the 6th generation, there was a feature called Friend Safari. And this is a facility in Kilut City where trainers can catch Pokemon that can't normally be found in Kalos. Really cool. It's also really cool for having, increased shiny odds. You have a friend code, and that's a Safari. So it's your Safari. When you give the code, it's your Safari you're giving access to. And once you are fully registered, set up, your special Safari has a type associated with it, and the Pokemon in there are matched to that type. So it's a really fun system where you can register your own friend code, and then you can register other people's friend codes, and you can kind of use this to get Pokemon that were hard to obtain and whatnot. You can get shiny Pokemon, you can do all this stuff. Check out a video by Salted Neos, I hope I said that right, who goes over everything to know about it before the shutdown, including more detail on what it is, what we're losing, what's going to be more complicated when it goes. Because we aren't losing it entirely, the Friend Safari, the Friend Safari, but we are going to make things hard, okay? You can still play it after April 9th, but you're not going to be able to add friends online, like new ones. So it's recommended that you add friends by the 9th. And if you're interested, you can post your friend codes around, I don't know, and use that. But there is also a site that has a list of friend codes and Pokemon that appear, and it's still active, it looks like. So I will link that in the description, and hopefully that can be helpful. But yeah, Pokemon Friend Safari in X and Y. Okay, next up, we don't know if Pokemon Bank is closing, but I think we can all assume it's going to at some point. We don't know when, but many people are preparing for it, and if Bank does end, which I'm sure it will, these Pokemon will be stuck forever in the 3DS, like Spiky-eared Pichu. Video in description. Pokemon like Furfrou have been spotted in the upcoming ZA games, and others might appear too, but it's possible some might not. But there's also special Pokemon you should pick up. You can consider the mythical Pokemon you might have, including Celebi, Magearna, all that. I think you can still get QR Pokemon like Magearna by using your Gen 7 game, scanning the QR code, getting it from some guy in orange in front of the shop. Also, be sure to get your Ash Pikachu with a hat if you have QR code and you can transfer it. You might also want to boot up ORAS to make sure you have a mythical Pokemon Deoxys in that game. It'll be good to transfer it up while you still can, and to bring it all the way up to Scarlet Violet if you want to. You can also check to see if you have your Celebi, one that can be obtained from Crystal. Once again, this is a really cool mythical Pokemon that's hard to get, and it'd be wise to transfer it to home while you still can. Make the journey. You can also use the Nintendo DS's camera along with Black 2 White 2 in order to obtain that legendaries that way, in this unique and special way, utilizing a Dream Ball and everything and bringing them all the way up to Scarlet Violet, all that stuff. Another Pokemon is like special ones like Ash Greninja, if you have it. This thing could be obtained in Gen 7. You can check it out and off your list if you have one. It's truly unique. On the note of other important Pokemon you might want to start transferring, there's a post that outlines many of them, and I can also link it in the description. There's a lot of unique Pokemon that aren't the usual Mythicals, including reminders about shiny Pokemon in previous games, Pokemon with special ribbons, or other special unique things like that, event ones or gift Pokemon, or even ones with specific trainer, like OT, original trainer stuff on them. So it's really cool. It's a good resource as a checklist, I would say. Those are some biggies. We're also going to have trouble with secret bases. You're not going to be able to get new QR codes and other things registered, I don't believe. As a feature in ORAS, you have your own secret base, of course. You can put it together, all that nice and tidy, and you can scan QR codes to visit other ones, and you can also generate your own, of course, to let other people see yours. But with the shutdown, you'll obviously still be able to have a secret base and all that, but getting new stuff, like the new friends and stuff, it's not gonna really be able to happen. So before then, who knows, maybe just scan some stuff, you know what I mean? Also, sadly, no wonder trading at random times throughout the day or night to random people around the world, which is a bummer. What an experience that is. What a universal one. When I was younger, I really loved wonder trading because even though a lot of the time you would be seeing Pokemon who aren't like spectacular, they were just kind of wonder traded to wonder trade. And that's the point. Sometimes they have fully different language names, like Japanese, coming from other countries and stuff, but it just shows evidence of players linking up and connecting around the world, even though you'll likely never know the person on the other end, never meet the person, never see them. Someone was awake at the same moment you are, and playing the games you like to play, and sharing the experience. They're also wonder trading, and that's probably what it was built for. It's fun. It's nice. It connects people, let's say, in a sense. There's also occasionally generous people who will wonder trade starters or version exclusives, especially around the times the games were still new. There's certainly chances for non-legit Pokemon to be traded and stuff, but overwhelmingly, it's like, you know, people just wanting to make a trade, and I really liked it. And even revisiting it now, I still get that feeling of excitement as I patiently wait for a partner, and then the curiosity of seeing where the person's from, and then what Pokemon they decide to wonder trade at this moment in time. It's nice to get another one back, even if you just decide to trade it again and go through the process. I like the idea, and it'll be sad that wonder trade will be gone from the 3DS, but yeah, enjoy it while you still can. Alright, that's the list I've got for you in this video. It's probably not everything, of course, but hopefully this gave at least enough information to hopefully be new and also just for you to be aware of what's kind of going, like I said in the beginning. But, you know, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!